na een korte periode van niet aanwezig te zijn, aangezien dat wij in Cyprus waren. Vandaar tijdens de Merit Poker Open, of dat ook heet, vooral cash games te spelen. Ik moet zeggen dat het geen groot succes was bij mij. Ik heb nog wel een goed pak rammel gekregen. Voor Matti ging het iets beter, eigenlijk een stuk beter, maar die heeft voornamelijk PLO gespeeld, terwijl dat ik mijn eigen bezig houden met de No Limit Hold'em cash games. Wel interessant eigenlijk, ze hadden daar een nieuwe stake ontwikkeld, 15, dat had ik nog nooit gespeeld. En de eerste kennismaking was niet top, hoewel dat ik eigenlijk wel best goed begonnen was. Daarna ging het net iets minder. Maar dat neemt niet weg dat het eigenlijk nog steeds wel een leuke ervaring was, aangezien dat het daar ook best mooi weer is. Best mooi weer was. En je natuurlijk wel toegang hebt tot heel goede games.
Ja, dat was toch een verademing, hè? Zo 19 à 20 graden in plaats van 3 graden en regen.
Ja, ik
kon dat wel appreciëren.
Ik kon dat ook wel appreciëren.
Ik had het even nodig.
Interessant spotje hier. Met koning 9. Ja, uiteraard gaan we hier kalen. We verwachten eigenlijk nog best vaak de beste hand te hebben. Ik had misschien zelfs kunnen racen over zo'n kleine bet. Maar daar hou ik niet heel veel van als ik mezelf capped heb gemaakt. En we zijn wel van plan van hier weer een paar handjes te loggen.
Mooi, op je al direct opzet. In een gedriebet, in een gesqueezed pot 3-way. Dat is redelijk goed. Allee. Stopzet en up and down. Kunnen we holden.
27 miljoen reps mogelijk.
Hij heeft... een rapje. 57% om te winnen. Hij wil het maar 1 keer winnen. We choppen voorlopig. Per dat bord. Vlam. Nee, hij wint. Eerste stakje gaat naar Cyprus. Lucky 1987.
Hier top toegeflopt na de button gecallt te hebben tegen Emma Papa. En Emma Papa gaat er overheen. Dit is volgens mij wel een specifieke hand dat we altijd willen doorreizen. We gaan dat ineens redelijk fors doen. $27 miljoen slechte potentiële turncards. En het heel vaak al inkrijgen tegen exact pocket 5. Tegen Azen. Daar doen we het redelijk goed tegen.
Oei.
$70% equity.
Kijk naar Flustra. Nee. Koning van 10. Nee.
En we choppen hem.
Krijgen nog een derde van de pot terug. Dat is toch iets. Zoals jullie zien in PLO gaan de chips redelijk vaak naar het midden. Vind ik ook echt beren leuk aan. Heel veel actie. Maar dat betekent ook dat je redelijk goed tegen bad beats en dergelijke moet kunnen. Dit is jammer. Chic turn, top air en up and down. Maar met tegenstander checkpot. Dat is niet wat we wilden zien. Ik blokte ook de geturnde top set. Dus... Wat jammer nog moeten folden. Valse start, voorlopig. Maar de avond is nog jong. De prijzen worden gegeven aan de meet. Zeker in PLO. Als jullie zouden afvragen wat we aan het spelen zijn, wij spelen Rush&Cash op GG Poker. Christophe speelt de No Limit, ik speel de PLO. Blinds 50 cent een dollar.
Ik ben nu sinds een maand of zo, denk ik, sinds begin van januari, die Rush&Cash games aan het spelen. En ik moet zeggen dat ik de indruk heb dat die wel redelijk goed te bieden zijn. Ehm, zeker op vrijdagen. Het is eigenlijk heel interessant om te spelen nu. Aangezien dat je die dubbele cash drops hebt van zodra dat je met een GG-speler aan tafel zit. Waardoor dat er toch gewoon heel de tijd extra geld aan de pot wordt toegevoegd. En dat maakt natuurlijk dat de playerpools er een stuk mooier op worden. Want iedereen wil natuurlijk een piece of the pie.
Ja, ik heb 3 barreld en ik kreeg er een gutshotje. Dus dat is mooi. Ja, zoals Chris zegt, hè, op vrijdag zijn de tafels extra juicy. Dan wordt er heel hard geknokt voor de cash drop potten. En is iedereen toch wel in een iets grotere gamble modus. Hier ben ik 4 bij de pot. Gaat een flipje zijn. Kunnen we een keer winnen. 2 keer winnen. Dat is de bedoeling. So far so good. Dat is binnen de eerste. En binnen die tweede. Hoppa. 2 keer gewonnen verdedigen. Hier heb ik je 3-bet, flop ge-c-bet. Tegenstander wordt niet erg veel, of bijna geen 3-2 te hebben, dus ik kan er zeker gewoon vlotjes doorbarrelen met mijn top pair en mijn wrap. Zijn wrap plus flush draw en dergelijke bijvoorbeeld proberen chargen. Fold gewoon een turn, dus dat is ook gewoon. En zo hebben we ineens een vlammetje naast onze naam. Ik had liever een vlammetje. Ah, maar wacht even, we gingen het in Engels doen. We were going to talk English this stream.
Force of habit.
I just picked up where Chris left off. He was talking Dutch, so that made me talk Dutch as well.
Yeah, I think in general it's going to be better. Try to approach a bit of a wider audience. Also, the people from the southern part of Belgium will be able to understand what we say, given the fact that they speak English, obviously. No, the French and the English don't always enjoy speaking each other's language. Well, the Belgian French then cannot say French. Does count for the French as well, though. Yeah, you've seen me 3-bet with garbage hands twice from the big blind now. That's actually something that's quite interesting to incorporate in your game. The small blind range is supposed to be quite wide, which gives us the opportunity of bluff 3-betting a bit more. And it's also important to know that a lot of hands have a certain amount of EV, and the EV of raising or 3-betting or flatting is going to be quite similar. Quite often actually. Here we turn a gut shot and a flush draw, decide to barrel. And this is probably going to be one of the worst boards, one of the worst hands to continue bluffing with on the river. Although even maybe like ace-8 would be worse.
Oh, these kind of hands make me very excited. Queen Jack 9-8 double. Flop trips.
You do see bet blind on blind or what? In PLO.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? But I guess those low paired, middle paired boards are going to be checked a bit more often. But my opponent raises me. Let's see if he finds multiple barrels.
This is not good news, but this is exactly what I would have bet on the river, so the result stays the same.
Difference is you could have gotten away from it.
Yeah, maybe.
Just kidding. I don't even know what happened there. My opponent had a3 for the flopped boat. So I was in not great shape.
Gonna see it a bit bigger on this board. Get some more immediate folds. And it works. It's a good result.
Aces.
Decent hand to be checking the turn with, so you have some kings in your check calling range. It's probably one of the worst kings I would be raising here, maybe like king 7 suited. And we revert 2 pair, which is nice. Curious if my opponent finds a value bet. He does. He's not supposed to have king jack very often, so we have a quite a clean raise. Could be losing still sometimes, but yeah, well.
Oh, this sucks. Opponent's not supposed to have like a lot of 7-4 or 4 deuce. But not getting the odds to call, and I think he just really is never bluffing.
He does end up folding. Raising a bit bigger from the button, 2.5 xing. Decent board, a good board for the pre-flop raiser. And it's nice to have some backdoor possibilities. Nevertheless, we get raised, so probably have to defend this sometimes, but not gonna against the larger sizing.
With the bad end of the straight draw, I'm just gonna fold here to a pot and a call. Not much good can happen there. Oh, it was already like a pretty dicey call pre, but I guess all right.
Gonna be betting the flop here versus check. Trying to get some immediate folds. And we turn second pair, which is reasonable showdown value. Let's try to get it there. Probably gonna call versus a bet and value bet versus a check. Doesn't strike me as a board that will get check raised very often.
Nasty river.
Are you? Call the 3-bet with ace king, big button versus big blind. Gonna mix that in sometimes, definitely versus a tighter player, which he definitely seems to be. Although don't have many hands on him yet, so I have to see if that stat is accurate. Flop the double gutter. Turn the straight. And our opponent folds, which is okay. Although obviously prefer to see him calling
Pretty sick river.
when you make a hand, but nothing you can do. This is a board I'm going to be betting a lot and a little larger. Opponent is not supposed to have that many 4x versus a 2.5x. Call the raise.
Yeah, this was probably too loose of a call already, but the original raiser was quite loose, so I wanted to enter a pot with him. Well, now I'm kind of priced in. Let's flop a flush draw. Or not.
think I'm supposed to be value betting the river there, so fine with checking back. And here we bet with sixes on 2, 4, 5, three-way, and everybody folds, which is a great result for that specific hand. Aces don't get any action. And three betting the king 10 suited. Versus Mendoza. As soon as you see a Brazilian flag, be careful with bluffing. Brazilians do not generally like to fold, make the weirdest calls. Calls that I would never make in my life, but they seem to be doing them, making them at the appropriate time, so.
Maybe they know something that you don't.
Could definitely be.
I have to lay this down. Ooh, would have flopped a set. River the set, but calling there
Squeeze
would
does
be,
not get
quite bad.
through.
Here I have a very small flush. I hope it gets checked through and I win, but it's unlikely though.
Gonna try a cheap bluff, ripping 10s, 9s.
5 high flush wins. Nice.
This is a weird thing to do for him.
And as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free. That's what we're here for. It also makes it a little bit more dynamic and fun. So, by all means.
He was bluffing with the best hand.
Ooh, nice aces here. Flop a boat. Makes sense to bet small.
You got some action here.
Here I raise pre, check call flop. Turn goes check, check. Gonna block river. Maybe he still finds a call with king jack, who knows. Or jack eights. They block the full houses quite nicely as well, so unlikely to be getting raised. Here I 3-bet pre. This is obviously a pretty bad board for my hand, so I'm just gonna check and give it up.
Win a pot here with 2 pair. Check raise and open ended in a backdoor flush draw. Comes true as well.
We just played like live for about a week, and there you get good hands quite infrequently. You end up just watching the game a lot, folding a lot, so it's quite nice to be back online and get to play a lot of hands in a shorter time frame. Get involved in a lot of spots. That's what everybody likes, no? Let's see if we can still extract some value here with the nut straight. Yep.
Very bad river card for us.
Top pair in the full wrap. And get there. Against Mr. Dauntless from the Netherlands.
I think I'm still supposed to call here sometimes. Don't have a diamond. But I'm going to be losing against the queen very often.
He decides to bluff river. Obviously, I'm going to fold my hand. And we take down a little $170 pot.
I will be taking breaks quite regularly today, though, because I have a very bad back pain from the trip from coming back home. This kind of sucks. Lord Seabet. Gonna be folding our 2 overs and backdoor flush draw.
Here, like a pretty dicey call pre, but my opponent min opened the button, so that does change things a little. I think we should probably be checking twice here. And now, obviously, we're just gonna bet for value.
Three-bet bluff does not come true. I think I do get 1 street of value here. Check back the flop. And we'll be checking back turn river.
Call him in open from Pekka. Pekka from, what is this funky flag again? It's Macedonia. Flop, gut shot 2 overs. And immediately turn it. Definitely going to be raising here. It's always good to funnel extra money in when you have the nuts with a redraw. And we river the second nut flush. Pray not to be up against the nut flush. No, he has a flush as well, but smaller than mine, so we win like another 166 blind pot. Here, pretty sweet spot with aces. They already made all the action for me. Nicer dicer. What's she gonna do? He's gonna call. Flop a flush draw, so definitely not going anywhere. Likely that my opponent has outflopped me, but we can still win. He has outflopped me with king 4. Let's run it a few times. Nope, just run it once. A queen. Or a diamond.
Get dealt aces in the small blind. Come on.
Let's spiel. Let's see. It could be a queen or it could be a king. It's a jack. Jack of diamonds. That means I got the nut flush and 240 big blinds added to my account.
Ah, he did the cash out, so everybody wins.
Ah, he cashed out? Is that so? Okay. GG Poker loses. Here I 3-bet. Queen Jack 10 9. Get a good flop. Well, obviously ace high flops are always good as a 3-better because a big part of your range is aces. So people tend to be very cautious there and not give you too much trouble. Ooh. Chris has kings. Queen, queen, jack 9. Can I flop the world? Come on. Oh, it's close enough. Gonna start by half potting.
We'll be betting bigger against the pair heavy range.
Turn a flush draw. Do block now. Bunch of my boat outs though, which is not great. So just gonna check it back. My opponent's gonna have ace, ace a lot. Can easily have a king too. So, and now I just have a straight as on the board. My opponent goes for the 28 bucks bet. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot I can do here. It's very easy for him to have a straight. Here, I'm just gonna try and fold something better. Yep, he folds. Might have actually had the best hand, but wasn't super sure about that. Oh, nice hand here. Definitely three betting this blind on blind. Flop pretty poorly. Do have a backdoor flush draw, 2 overs. Backdoor straight draw. Oh, just, I guess, fine to just bet fold this type of equity. It's definitely not. He's definitely gonna have some folds. Then on the turn, guess I can just keep on barreling this. And barrel brick rivers.
Bluffing rather big on the river. And get looked up, which is not good by pocket eights. 8 would have been nice.
Can he find the hero call with a queen, with a 10? Who knows? Oh, he folds. Nice. Oh, bad river here. Opponent opens, bets, check calls turn. River pairs the ace, which is like the not worst card in the deck for me. So I'm just gonna let it go.
Checking back button versus small blind, which I'm gonna do quite regularly. Don't think I can fold just yet. Do block jack 9, which is nice. Still beat king jack, ace jack. Some random club draws.
It's a pretty shitty hand, but whatever.
Can I bluff this? Feels too much like a value bet. Sometimes you gotta go with your gut.
If they try to milk you, keep the milk to yourself. Gonna start bluffing here with the blockers. Obviously, if I get raised, I'm out of there. Can still improve to, well, best thing would be a 4. Best card would be a 4. Now on the river ace, king queen gets there, so I'm just basically done with this hand. He has ace queen a3 turned double gutter and a flush draw and river outrivered me. Unfortunately.
We'll be peeling one with the 10 of hearts.
Ooh, tripsies.
The problem with continuing here is that, first of all, you can be dead. And second of all, there's quite some reverse team fly dots. Plus, it's hard to get value as soon as you hit. Nice hand here. Pocket queens against Spyros, a fellow streamer.
Ooh, I got a cash drop pot going. I already won a few nice cash drop pots. I think one was 420 lines, another one was 300-ish. So, and now, what do I have here? Did I have jacks? Did I see it well? Jacks, yes.
Pretty high V bluff.
Definitely not folding jacks. So let's see what Irezi has. He has ace, queen, jack, 7. Can we hold?
How much percentage do you have?
I think it's gonna be very close. Oh, not anymore though.
Isn't he drawing dead now? No.
Oh, yes,
How can he
two
still?
outs? Aces.
Oh yeah, I can hit ace jack. Yeah.
Not cashing out. Taking the risk. Padam. No ace. No ace means pot goes to me. I will answer your question quickly about the pre-flop equity. I had 53.11% against his 46.89. So, like I said, pretty close. Here I opened pre-flop, check called flop. If he doesn't barrel turn, means I likely have the best hand. So I'm gonna go for like a small block bet in the hope to get called by hand like ace, jack, or queens. But he thinks better of it and folds. Another cash drop pot.
Nice
Come on.
4-bit bluff spot with ace queen suited.
Check raise bluffing here against Jeff Bloss. And it works. And let me see. Pretty nice hand actually. I'm gonna start pumping. Yeah, as streamers we are incentivized to play big cash drop pots. We can win some extra bucks doing that. So therefore you'll always see us play a bit wilder. Well, Chris not yet because he doesn't have the streamer status yet, but that will hopefully come soon for him. Just gonna make like a tiny bet here in the hopes that he just has nothing and immediately folds. Get it in pretty good against the worse straight draw. And do we hold? He needs a 5, a jack, or a 3. He doesn't get it. So actually king high wins, I guess. Nice.
Pocket 8. That's not going to be a winning call on the flop, my friend.
Oh, try and go for a check raise here against the random 8. Who knows? But oh, and Bayan does elect to bet. Just hope he doesn't have pocket 8s.
Be right back. Short break.
That'd be worse. See, what does he have here? King, queen, beast, my king, 9, 8, 4. So, props to him. If my opponent shoves river here, That would actually be gross. Although he would have very likely bet his set of 8s on the flop. So it's very unlikely that he has quads here. He folds. Good fold from him. Call a 3-bet, gonna long bet here. I think that's the best thing to do. Opponent shoves. I have like a bunch of outs against anything. Like you see, I have 60-40 against a pair of aces. So getting it in pretty good here. It's a bad turn though. Not what we're looking for. Can we bink? King, queen, 8, or a hearts? Nope, it's a 4. Brr, brr, brr. It is what it is. Throw him an egg. Ooh, nice hand here. And I got another cash drop going on another table. Quickly play this hand and then I'll show you. Pump it up. 10, 10, 8, 5. Double. Yeah. Only get one player. That's not gonna suffice for a big pot, so doesn't really matter what happens there. Sure, let's run it twice. Why not? The first run is for me. And he's drawing that on the second run as well, so. Actually had pretty good blockers for barreling. But when my opponent check shoves turn, I gotta fold. He had turned top set with a flush draw, so he definitely wasn't going anywhere. I got a little cold 4-bet spot. My opponent has aces though. Fuck me. Do I have to fold this against aces? 60. Guess I still have the equity. See if he wants to run it a few times. Or we just out flop him. No, he flops a flush draw. That's no good. Club. 10. 10. 10 ball. Come on. No. It's a 9.
I am back. Did you change the layout, Matti?
No, I didn't touch anything.
I probably should have done that before leaving. But then again, could just be that I screw everything up, so maybe better not to touch anything. Oh, walk with kings in the big blind. Not ideal.
Actually, I'm a cold call here as well. My hand should be doing pretty good multi-way. He's obviously quite loose, but has the potential to flop big.
Oof. This is a very, 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 very tight range spot. 3-bet versus under the gun from the button with ace queen suited and get called 4-bet from the small blinds. I think I'm just gonna let this one go. Quite curious actually what
I'm actually gonna gamble with the guys here.
the theory says there. But then again, in theory, people have a lot wider ranges than in reality, so it's fine to be a bit tighter than whatever the solvers say.
Gamble, gamble. Keep it low. We.
It's not looking good.
No. Ooh. Oh no, he has a higher spade, so I'm drawing that. The gamble did not pay off. Probably, I'm not sure. That might have actually been quite spewy. It's pretty good if they both have, if they block each other more, but in this case, they were both actually quite wide, so that kind of ruined it for me.
How did the guy get it all in with ace king 7-7?
Yeah, he pulled the bar and pressed bet. Kind of curious what my equity is there. It's probably quite bad. Let me see. I had 28%. Wow. It's not horrible, but not really what we're looking for either.
I think I'm just going to be showing down my king high. Unsure if I was supposed to bet the turn there, probably. Call the squeeze with tens. Flop comes king, queen, tray. Not really what we're looking for.
River is straight against Brody Dalla. Here I call a 3-bet with a jack 7-6. Flop is pretty good for my range, so I'm gonna take a half pot stab at it, and we'll be looking to barrel decent amount of turns and rivers, like this one.
You have a straight now, right?
Yep, I do. Not the nut straight, but as long as you don't get raised there, you're looking pretty good.
Trying to get value from a 9 did not work.
Another pair of aces. Not the best looking ones, but I'll take any day aces any day of the week.
Not the worst boards. Have a lot of turn cards that give us straight outs. Not this one though. And we'll be folding. Overcalled with the pocket fours. And a king and a queen on the board.
ISO here, ISO limper. Flop an overpair and a blocker to top set. So definitely going to be looking to c-bet there. Get some value from worse hands. He just folds immediately, which is fine as well. Stabbing against a check back with my gutter and a flush draw would have gotten there, so good fold.
Decent spot to be overbetting the turn. We have a good shot to go along with our ace high. And the turn was a complete blank, so that's when you want to really power it up.
Pump it up.
Decent spot to bluff with the king jack, even though he called from a small blind.
Oh,
A lot of low
he went
cards.
He checks it back with a complete bluff. Oh no, he had an up and down. That's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, to really, when you're bluffing, you got to be prepared sometimes to put in another barrel, because just a single step is, in many cases, not going to suffice. People still going to want to see a turn on a river. So you really got to up the pressure, make your opponents work for it, basically.
Flop the joint. The turn comes a queen. I think I want to bet half pot here, maybe even smaller. And got completely screwed. Get a snap 85% lead on the river. I'm just gonna let it go.
Look at this. If you come from a no limit hold'em background and you see a hand like ace, king, queen, 8, it's literally a combination of all nice hands. Ace, king, ace, queen suited, ace, 8 off. Okay, that's maybe not so nice. But then also king, queen, king, 8 suited. Glorious. Come on, Shlomimal from Israel. Not time to sit out. Plug your internet back in. Not gonna get action. Getting action here on the ace, king, king, 9 against the shorty. Definitely looking to just rip it in. Oh, good win here. He's also in like a gambly mode. I flop pretty decent with a top set, so ripping the rest of the money in. What do you have, brother?
Gazillion outs.
He has a flush draw.
Not that great, actually. Does the other guy have just queens?
Yep. I just need to dodge a spade, basically. And now also a club, but the club he actually only has. It's a small main pot. It's primarily the side pot that is big. So I have to dodge a 6, a spade, and a club. It's an ace. So win like a pretty nice 285 big blind pot there. Ship it to the big dog. For those of you who don't know who the big dog is, he used to be a streamer. His name was Big Dog Pocket Fives. He was also quite big. And whenever he would win a pot, he would say, "Ship it to the big dog." And I thought that was quite hilarious. Then I think his streaming career ended over an incident in which he was streaming, then thought he stopped streaming, started watching porn. Did you know that story, Chris?
Yeah, I know that story.
So ever since, I don't think he streamed anymore. Should probably have like raised over the top. That wasn't too smart. Oh well. Problem with back raising is that there were some other people still involved in the hand too. And my cold call obviously already looked quite strong. I'm gonna start bluffing here because my hand is just complete trash. And here I turn a wrap going together with my second pair. So definitely gonna try and put some money in. Would not have gotten there, so good fold by him. For me, that is. Calling a squeeze here with the ace king 9-5 double. Flop ace high, which is always a bit dicey against the squeeze, but I guess we're just checking this back, seeing what happens on the turn. Turn, opponent elects to bet rather quick and rather big. Can't really improve at all. Let's just gonna let this go. Here I flop top set. Turn another set. Not quite sure what my opponent has to call me with here, but yeah. I'll just try and funnel some more money in. Doesn't work though. I already had everything. There was nothing left he could call me with.
Flop break pretty big here with the queen 8.
Bum, bum, bum.
Get let into. Then checks. We check it back, obviously. Curious what you have, brother.
Backdoor straight draw.
It's usually something like that.
Generally, ace high boards are obviously pretty good for the pre-flop raiser. So just gonna bet barrel. Rivers, pretty bad.
Bluffing the river here. We have squad douche.
Maybe my nice win. Yeah, my nice win. Nice.
Haven't really had any interesting big hands so far, to be honest.
You winning or losing?
Losing.
But nothing meaningful, I assume.
Curious if I'm supposed to 3-bet here, but I think my opponent's going to be quite equity driven, so I'm gonna. Could have been a mistake.
No action on the aces. Should be a low, man. You get aces all the time. Wrap rundowns, kings, double suited stuff. Action guaranteed. No limit is more of like a waiting game.
Ah, we get it all in with aces. Against jacks.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Sides to red twice.
It's rounding to 1 out. Oh, now he has more outs though.
We win a pot. That's great news.
Nothing, and get it in with aces. Gonna check raise here with my top and bottom and a gutter.
I don't see how I'm gonna win this hand. And I was completely right.
My opponent min raised pre, so lures me into the pot with a pretty weak ace king. Peel once. He did go for the full pot bet, which is already alarming. So if he goes for another big bet here, then I will take my boat and sail away. I'm just gonna block the river. It's not supposed to have very many queen 10 because I assume like a lot of the queen 10s he has will be like king queen 10 9, queen 10 9 8, which would all have been like full wraps on the turn. Very unlikely to be checked back. Ooh, ace king 9 doesn't get action. That's unfortunate. But we get rewarded with ace king 5 double the hand immediately thereafter.
Kinda sucks, but yeah, well.
And double suited aces. Man, this table is throwing me big hands. Come on, Massimo, do something. Let's play like a 660 blind pot. Go. Boo. Pretty loose open here, but Katya in the big blind plays like 9-6 over a decent sample, so that big blind should be easy to steal. Vepper 99999.
Unsure about that actually.
3 bets me though, and obviously this sort of junk cannot be played against a 3 bet, so out of there. Call a raise with ace 998 single. No real point in betting, so just checking it back. Gonna try and bring this one to showdown. So far, so good. River isn't great. See if our ace wins. Yep. Quite passively played by my opponent. He could have like at least tried to win the pot at some point, but he decided not to, which is obviously great for my cause.
That turned out quite nicely.
Here just gonna take like a no equity stab. My opponent 3 bets. Check the flop. So I assume if he doesn't have a flush, he's already gonna like be folding a lot there. Which he does. King queen 9-6. Pretty trashy hand, but we do have position. Flop pretty decent. half potting this. Could also check back. Oh, really had everything. 3 different kind of boats.
Very good board for pocket queens.
Pocket queens.
Pocket queen. Decent turn.
This might be too loose actually, but whatever. Oh, getting 3-bet here. Decent enough hand to call.
Call blind on blind. Actually a flop that I'm going to be checking back on a lot.
Chris, I'm gonna flop the joint. Told you. Tripsies.
And this is, I think, a river card that I'm going to be bluffing. I have no real choice. Don't think I'm ever good there.
Another cash drop pot. And is not quite strong enough to raise. But given that you're getting 20-1 pre-flop in these cash drops, on Friday that is, on Friday the cash drops are doubled if you have a Team GG member at your table. I'm such a Team GG member, so everybody who plays with me at the table gets to play bigger cash drop pots. You're welcome. So getting such great odds, you're gonna want to be entering the pot a lot cheaply. Not really
Check
looking
raise
to
the queen 10.
bluff here.
Check folding the turn. Was looking for spades, a 9. It's like even though I'm at the bottom of my range, or probably near the bottom of my range, I don't think I want to be bluffing on it when the board pairs.
Ooh, pretty sweet hand on the button. Ace check 8-6. Ah, they're not giving me action on my beautiful hands. Wrap and a 6 high flush draw. Turn into a flush. Gonna go for like a short break. I do feel like I could use it. Sorry for the cough. It is important to cut the, well, to at least pause your sessions now and then. Playing too long at the same time, at least for me, it results in losing my focus a little. Plus, it's not good for the eyes either to just be staring at the screen entire times.
We got a cash drop. Hot.
Ooh, I sweat this one quickly though. Chris has King 9 offsuit. So far, not very interesting action. Jack 6-3, rainbow.
Be right back. That's some rather hands, but obviously part of the game. We'll be squeezing the ace-5 suited here versus Steve Wong and La Vida Bonita. We'll be ISOing our weaker opponent here with a 3-bet and have to fold versus a dong bet. It's really not a thing. So if you ever find yourself doing something like that in a 3-bet spot on Queen 5-5, you're not doing it right. As opposed to what some people think, there are actually correct ways of playing a hand, and there is quite a lot of different ways to play a hand correctly, but there are some things that are just not accurate, and that was one of them. Could have actually led here on the turn. Now we'll be just check calling. I'm very often gonna go check on the river though. Probably could have considered raising. The only problem with that is even though you have the best hand very often, you do not very often get called by a worse hand. Ace 8. Check 9. What are you doing, sir? I think this is a hand that is gonna mix in some 4-bets. So we do. And we get it true. It is really nice about the Rush&Cash games that you just get to fold all your junk hands and get to play only the ones that look rather nice or look very nice. Pretty much indicates that at any given time while you're playing Rush&Cash, you will be involved in some sort of an interesting spot, which is a lot different than in live poker. I can promise you that. In live poker, you can just be spectating for very long periods of time. We flop. We flop. Wait, what am I doing? Flop a joint. Joint with a boat. Called the flop. I probably should not have been betting this hand actually. We'll be betting small on the turn. Get it in with jacks against queen jack suited. He flops a flush. That's not good. But we win the second one. So no man overboard. I think I do want to bet here. Oh, I was actually trying to bet a quarter. And even though our opponent did not have many outs, he still hit one of them. Over betting the turn after flop check back. Spot where you probably split between. I guess you get to pick your size depending on your hand. And as soon as my brother comes back, I will be taking another short break again because my back is just murdering me. Fell asleep on the airplane ever since. As you might know, sleeping on airplanes is not always the most comfortable thing.
But no worries, I'm back, so
All right.
you can follow my PLO action. Got a
Cold 4-bet in here. What is Samuel gonna do? He makes the call. I think this is a board that I'm still betting. He's supposed to have a lot of Broadway cards, although he also has some suited connectors, I guess. I don't really rep a 10 here ever. So it appears to me that I'm supposed to check back here. I also don't think my opponent is folding any two pair. This bluff would be quite suicidal. What do you have? You just had a lot of attractive bluff catchers. I don't think he would have folded there.
C betting with a good shot on the back doors.
All right, be right back.
River 2 pair. Maybe my opponent will still find a call with a hand like ace 8, king 5, something like that. Instead, he elects to check raise. Obviously, it's not the result I was looking for. Don't really have any meaningful blockers to straights. Just gonna let him have it. Here I have 9, 7, 6, 6 double. Get 3-bet by the button. Definitely not going anywhere. 6. Nope. Weird. Not really like a card I was expecting a lot of bets on from my opponent, but just let him have it. Pretty sweet aces here against Ozampas. Just played 2 pots against him, so maybe he'll be like, screw this guy, I'm just gonna rip it in. That's good too. Very decent board to c-bet. I'll turn with like 1 point. What is that? 1.4x pot. I think we're just pot calling, and it's not ideal, but it is what it is. What do you have, brother? I turn 2 pair. That's pretty nasty. Pretty bad equity here. We need a 4. Well, and obviously some other cards as well, but don't get there. He wins it all. Here are 4-bit pots with ace, queen, 5. Flop trip, so was very prepared to stick it all in, but my opponent didn't have anything, unfortunately. Pretty loose 3-bit blind on blind, but from the looks of it, my opponent is quite loose. Turn the tree. That's all right. Was able to keep it very cheap, so. No big deal. Here we are, like quite deep. Definitely calling the 3-bet. Looking to flop big. No. No. That's not at all the flop I had in mind.
All right.
But does give us like a bluffing opportunity on the turn. And we take it down.
Back at it.
Here I squeeze. Check 8-7 double. Flop a jack high flush draw. 3-way. That's not something that makes you super excited, at least. Let's see what they do. Aviaravma. Snap pot sits, then we just snap folds. check raise. Did not work. Just looking to check raise river again, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think my opponent's gonna bet. Well, he just like checked all the way down with ace high, so really passive opponent. Not. Gonna note that, so that going forward, I know that I just need to build my own pots against him. It really makes no sense trying to go for check raises in spots where your opponents either don't bluff or don't value bet thinly. So if you have that kind of read, then yeah, you're way better off building the pots yourself, basically. Another pair of aces. Maybe they work better this time. Not the greatest of flops, though. Just looking to check fold. Another pretty sweet hand to 3-bet with. Aye.
Can't really raise here, although I do think I have the best hand almost always. Our opponent had 5 high, so we did manage to squeeze that buck 90 out of his butt. I'll be double checking my ace here. It's not bad to have that in your range. Definitely the weaker ones. And our opponent checks back under river, which I expected him to do quite often. But gotta give him some rope. Here we're just trying to fold out everything that is lower than a jack. And we're going for the overbet on the blank turn. Gets through. Again, c-betting versus a small blind range. I do think we have a king advantage now. And he folds. It's a really big part of your win rate, getting your opponents to fold. Sometimes it's not even bad when you have something that you're, for instance, you have like 10-9 on a 10 high board. It's really not that bad for you if your opponent just immediately fold to flop. Get 100% of the pot without any further resistance. Because that's the thing, right? If you have X amount of equity in a pot, but you do get 100% of it by making your opponent fold, you're always stealing some equity from your direct adversaries. Oh, flopped a nice one. Overbet the turn here versus check back, and we won. As you can see, they're all small gains, but it's like they say in Belgium, a lot of small. What's the saying again? I don't even know what the saying is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like when you have a lot of small gains that make result in bigger in a big gain in totality, but whatever. I'm just gonna let it go.
Wie het kleine niet eert, is het grote niet waard. Oh, zoiets. But
Yeah,
that's
something
probably
like-
not it.
No, but you guys know what I mean. Ace King suited, but no action. 8 versus a smaller stack. We'll be c-betting the flop. That's not a good turn for our actual hand. It's not that bad for our range. Would be c-betting here with all my ace-x as well. Just hoping he has like pocket sixes. But he bets, so there isn't really not much we can do here.
I've not really been winning pots since I came back. Time to turn that around. Pretty thin bet here, but when my opponent checks, I assume. Oh, he doesn't really have very many 2 pairs. Doesn't really have a set very often because I already block it. He has, oh, he actually had top 2 and a nut flush draw. So it was in pretty bad shape. Pretty weird that he doesn't elect to bet it himself. Scared of the 3-4, even though I shouldn't have that all that often.
I haven't won a cash drop pot yet. Wouldn't mind winning one though.
I had another cash drop, but 6653 rainbow. I was not gonna cut it. Ooh, do flop the nut flush in a spot where I guess I don't really have the actual nuts, but close to it. Turn immediately pairs, which drastically reduces the value of my hand. Just gonna check fold immediately.
It's not looking good anymore.
Pretty sweet aces.
No. He just made the bluff of his life.
A not so sweet flop though. Opponent checks back. I can safely assume I have the best hand there. Just try to squeeze some value out of whatever it is he was holding, but he snap folded. Another pair of aces. At least I'm getting dealt aces quite frequently. That's good. And flopping pretty big with them as well. Just gonna slow play here. Call turn. And bet river, obviously. Hope to get called by a flush.
Have a boat.
Yep.
Oh no. This really sucks. What the fuck?
Can your opponent have weaker hands?
He bets flop, checks back turn, and raises river over and over bet. I think he just has an 8.
What did he have?
And the other part I had ace king against ace king.
No, but in that hand I mean.
It's still going on. Can't have 8 because then the deck is rigged.
He ends up folding or what?
Yeah. Probably just had a naked 8 then. But it was a typical spot where even if he would have queens, there was only $7 in the middle by the river. If I don't think on 100 NL people just quarter pot of flop to then check back the turn.
Unless if it's a misclick.
Yeah, that could be. Usually people just want to shuffle more money in, and I cannot blame them actually. Because most opponents don't really do that for you on these stakes. Oh, made a bad call on the turn and binged a gut shot on the river. Hefty raise.
Ooh.
Let's see if Seltzer gets curious.
3-bet. 3-bet. Just gonna bot it here. Unfortunately. Calling here with ace king 4-4 against a small open. Flop is not like anything I was hoping for, so this hand is over quickly. Another small open here from Narf, and a small 3-bet. Just gonna give these guys.
Sometimes you just have to lay
shit.
down.
Oh my. I misclicked. I accidentally called a bet here. With kings on 3 hearts. Okay. Bye bye.
The money burning machine.
Yeah, brother. Enjoy your money. It's the mouse sensitivity that kills me sometimes. Pretty nice hand here. Get 3-bet. Aye.
There we go. Orange table. That's what we were waiting for. Come on, give me a hand. I really never get good hands when those cash drop pots come along. Do you?
Be patient, brother.
Running bad on my sample. Don't really think that I'm winning here very often, but also do not think my opponent's check folding here very often. Can't really improve either. Just gonna let it go.
That sucked. Don't cause a 3-bet. Calls a flop bet, check raises turn. It's really not the amount of money I wanted to have go in on the turn. And unfortunately, when on these stakes, when you see like big turn or river action, raises, etc., it's usually with the value component of people's ranges and not so much the bluffs. So you gotta really be careful. This is probably a bit too loose of a call pre-flop. But I do flop a pair and a flush draw, so hoping, I was gonna say, not to be up against a stronger flush draw, but that hope has not come to fruition. I need a queen or a 7.
The fuck is he doing? Three betting the big blind with the king 5 suited. Come on.
Gambling a bit here. King jack 9-8. Oh, I'm drawing that. That's not great. 217 bucks. Pot goes to Mr. for win. Draw an egg. See what my equity looked like in that hand. I was the favorite with 38% chances to win against Mr. For Wins 29.49 and Xiao Mimi at 32.19. So got it in pretty decent. That's all we can do in this game. Get it in decent and hope we get some return. This one check, 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 check. So I'm gonna just stab at it with my river bottom pair as a bluff, obviously.
Probably just should have flatted.
c-betting my jacks. It's pretty. They have pretty decent blocking effects. They prevent you from getting raised by hands such as Queen Jack 10 X, and you can barrel whenever the straight completes. On the turn 8, I'm mostly going to be checking. This opponent is a relatively tight guy. 11-7. They're usually not the big bluffers, these types. Can't really improve. Just gonna let him have it. If you're very tight, then you get to bluff me. It's that easy.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to overbet a turn here, actually. Ooh, the river came another 9, which would have given me a full house. 3-betting the queens versus what seems to be a looser player over a shorter sample.
Here, a nice squeeze spot. Oh, flop a straight, but not a particularly good one. Just gonna check. And here I call a 3-bet with kings. Flopped upset.
I think I'm still supposed to bet here, but then bet folding.
He has 2 outs. He wants to run it once. He may. Now he has 3 outs. And getting it in here with the bad straight. Gets snap called. He has 3 pair, so pretty good shape. Wants to run it twice. Here, let's see the river quickly. It's not a 6 or an ace, that's good. First run is for me. Second run is for me. Nice. So I win 2 stacks.
If it gets checked to me, we're going to be bluffing the turn. Although I guess I would bluff here with a club or with a club in my hand. Now we just river the nuts, which is not too shabby. Trying to get a little bit better sizing that always gets called by a jack.
No upset this time with kings. Let's see. My opponent is like a bit of a 3-better, so I'm gonna peel off once. Turn doesn't really give me anything extra apart from like a gutter. I feel like actually I can call here again. He has top set. Okay. That'll do. Call a 4-bet. Oh, he has top set as well. Obviously, you're hoping to just be up against bare aces there. When they have top set, it suddenly becomes very difficult to win. But he was relatively short, so not the end of the world.
Wow, he doesn't bluff the river nor the turn. I'll be betting here 3 ways, trying to take it down on the flop. It's kind of nice that you put a guy in an in-betweener position. I'll be waiting the turn as well. A lot of the back doors faded.
Some pretty sweet queens here. We don't want to get called 4-bets, but calls are okay.
Didn't really manage to build any big stacks. 120 big blinds, 135, 178, and 174. Not really the big winner in the game yet. We'll be opening the ace-9 here with a weaker player in the big blinds. And we'll be going on another short break. My back pain is still murdering me. Decent spot here to c-bet with the back doors. Sort of works both ways. You don't really want to get raised, but on the other hand, on king 3 deuce, I'm not supposed to be getting raised very often. Definitely when holding the ace of diamonds blocker. Now it becomes a pure check, in my opinion. I do not really get called by worse hands. And it's also nice to have the ace of diamonds in your range when checking back.
Three.
It is tough to get called here, although it is a spot that I would still bluff quite often, as people never bet the ace of diamonds for this sizing.
Here I flop. 2 pair, flush draw. If I get it in, I actually get in pretty bad. Also pretty deep.
Be right back.
Just gonna have to check this back. See what happens on the turn. Here I 3-bet, flopped pretty big. Check call turn and hopefully have him blast off against me. Oh, wow. I was actually in very good shape against this hand. But the river queen was obviously no good. And here against I want to flip. The river backdoor flush does complete. Makes him probably less likely to bluff. Just hoping he doesn't have king 9 basically, or kings. Although I don't think he would bet kings very often. He has the nut flush. Ooh, interesting. Pretty sweet hand to be calling a 4-bet with. There's like a multitude of good things that can happen. Just no ace high board. Let's go. That fucking freaking sucks. I jinxed it. yeah, that's basically what you always kind of want to avoid whenever you're calling 4 bets. The ace high boards, they really kill your equity because opponent's range, definitely at these stakes, is very, 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 very ace dense. The bad beat jackpot fell on 1-2 hold'em. 21k was given out. Not too shabby. It's been quite some time since I binged one of these bad beat jackpots. The time has come. Obviously, I already ran quite well in these things. I think I once won one playing PLO 5, then won one playing, well, PLO 5 blinds 1-2, won one playing Rush&Cash hold'em. Oh shit, this was actually way too loose of a 3-bet. But my opponent is quite loose, so against him, probably still fine. He just immediately falls to flop bet, so not too eventful. Here my opponent check raised the 6-6-4. Goes for a small bet on turn, which makes me think that my sixes with a king kicker are likely to be good here. And turns into quads. Not really sure what my opponent can still call me with though. I already have the 6. He has like ace 4-4 maybe. Aces would be pretty good too. I'm just gonna bet 75% pot and hope that something good happens. Here I'm stabbing the turn. But obviously, most interesting hand is this one, so. Will he find a hero call? That is the question. Looks like he wants to. That's already a good thing. Nah. Thinks better of it. He was right. Good fold, brother. Here I opened pre. Bet flop, half pot. Got called in both spots, so just looking to bring it to showdown now. I just don't think my opponent is ever going to be value betting worse. And here I successfully check raise with some backdoors. And another cash drop pot. Can we make it big? No, with Jack 8, 6, deuce. I'm not really looking to put any more money in the pot, so we'll just be spectating. Here, on the other hand, I do flop a set. We are 4-way, so it is definitely possible for someone to have a bigger set, but still gonna be value betting, obviously. Turns a 10, which makes it quite unlikely that my opponent has quads. And now I'm basically just going to be hoping for him to have river the straight, or for him to like hero call me with a hand like 2 queens. My opponent did not river straight. He does hero call me with 2 kings, so that worked out perfectly. And Chris is also back for the no limits segment of this stream. I have not been playing PLO seriously for very long, maybe like a few months, and obviously played it on and off over the years as well. But definitely still relatively new to this game and just trying to figure it out. So if you see me doing things that you think aren't very good, I also do not claim to be playing perfectly at all, so just try to play well. Four bet and flopped absolute nuts. Really almost didn't want to bet because of that.
A 4 or a club. 4 bet to 4-5 suited.
But yeah, it would be very strange not to be betting an ace high board as a 4 better. So. I think Chris and I were going to play for roughly 10 minutes more. Call it a night at 9:45. It is always a bit more draining to do a cash stream than it is to play tournaments, because you know in tournaments you don't have like the continuous decision making going on. You get some breathers in between, while whenever playing Rush&Cash, definitely multiple tables, obviously you're pretty much involved in hands all the time, and that does require a little something from a human brain. Had a cash drop off, but Queen 8-6 is not going to cut it. We're going to get it in here against a shorty. Have a pretty good hand. With pretty good, I'm obviously understating a monster. Do quit it, obviously pretty good against this hand. Sorry, brother, but this spot is too small to run twice. Oh, he does flop amazingly well. And completely dead on the turn, so props to him. Straight on the turn, flush on the river. He really like killed me. Oh, he cashed out. No. Why did he do that? Where did he cash out? Pre-flop? He cashed out with 38% equity. Doesn't really have a whole lot of gamble in him. That's clear. Okay, getting squeezed here. King, king, 9-7. Decent enough to see a flop. Definitely, if you're gonna be flopping top sets. Stab at it for 75% of the pot. Here I'm check raising as a bluff. He unfortunately folded. See if this one comes through. Nicer dicer. What you gonna do, brother? Hey, thinks better of it. Obviously, I have to fold my hand. Gonna Hollywood a little. Pretend like I actually have a decision. Ah, okay. I'll let my 2-pair go. I did have like a small flush draw, but that was not gonna be enough to continue. And here, check called, flop and turn. Don't have any like meaningful blockers to the nuts. So we're just gonna let him have it. If he was bluffing, props to him.
This must be the smallest pot of the day.
The full 2.5 big blinds.
Goes check, check, check. Then he bets, and he has 2-pair.
Hopeless bluff here. Check all the small bets. Turn goes check, check, but I just really have absolutely nothing. But fortunately, all the bluffs, all the draws miss so visibly that actually makes for a pretty bad bluffing spot. But
This is
he does fold.
interesting. End up having to fold my pocket queens pre-flop.
Another cash drop. King, queen, 7-5 with a suit. I've seen worse in cash drops, so gonna be happy with what they're giving me here. I don't really wanna get involved here. I think I want the better hands than that. What do they have? Ace, ace, king, jack, double suited. Wow, I was in horrible shape. 8-7-6 does flop a little bit of a draw, but is now drawing dead. So.
Yeah.
Can we flop another set? Top set, preferably. Come on, put a queen out there. Dang. Opponent bets half pot. Let's see, 7% 3-bet. That's not a whole lot. Turn the gutter. Just gonna take the free river. And hopefully win against ace king. No. Opponent has 2 kings. And that wins. Brr, brr, brr. Gonna defend the ace jack 8-6 with a suited jack. See if my opponent is willing to go to showdown. Lord Sultan from Germany. River's pretty bad. Just gonna check. Hope to win against some like 9-8, 8-7. Nope. Yes. Top 2. That was pretty hard to beat.
Gonna try a hopeless bluff. Pocket raise.
I want to play a few more big cash drop pots actually. Yeah. Not only do you need to get these stables, get these cash drop pots, you also need to have like a somewhat decent hand to go with. A lot of the stars need to align before you and then also you need to win the pot, which is often multi-way. So a lot of stuff needs to go well in order to win big in these hands. Pretty hand. Queen jack 8-7 double. Ooh, flop the joints.
And we have another double cash game drop. Come on, let me win one. 9-8. That's not so bad.
3-bet. He folds to the c-bet. That's nice. With the straight, we get raised, so we're just going to get it in. He's going to have a straight as well, very often. Oh, no, he has the flush draw and the set, which we're actually a pretty big dog against. See, you can actually have the nuts in this game and be a pretty big underdog. Now, this is a pretty good turn and a good river, so our hand does win. It's been unfair to him. Oh, he did cash out, so we're all winners. That's good. Chris, how much longer do you want to continue, my man?
I wish my back would allow me to say very long, but I'm fine with anything.
Oh, cash drop.
As long as it's not too long.
Let's play until 10. Huh? Hopefully we can end the session. Oh, actually not even gonna limb this. This is like so trashy. I think this might not even be good enough to limp. Although getting such odds, maybe it's correct to limp almost everything. Not sure about that. They are gonna play a nice multi-way pot, it seems. Let's sweat them. Would have flopped an up and down straight draw, but on a pair board, obviously, the value of such hand goes down dramatically. No bets have gone in so far.
Three bet eject and suited. Flopped. All right. I think the turn is gonna be.
Okay. They're playing a bit too slow, so I'm
check.
just gonna continue playing.
And we river the straight.
Got another cash drop hand. Come on. Double suited aces. That's all I'm asking. King, queen, 5-3. That's what I'm getting. Sometimes there is discrepancy, between what you want and what you get. Oh, in this hand, it looks like Nicer Dicer bluffed at it, and John Wick was all this time sitting in the waiting room with a flopped boat. So nice pot for him. Check to 9-7. Guess I can call this. Here my opponent 3 bets. Checked flop and check turn. I'm gonna start bluffing at it. See if I can make him fold aces that don't have a spade. Top 2 here, but kind of bare top 2. Almost want to fold immediately, but that is relatively small. Top 3 now. Looks like Chris ran into a set.
Yeah, I didn't think he would be raising those hands from under the gun.
Not raising fives. A lot of people raise all pairs from under the gun. Gotta watch out a bit with that.
Yeah, I'm calling a 3 bet also.
Yeah. And here on the turn.
Yeah, I should have probably just folded the flop actually.
Yeah. Gonna call this. Doesn't look good though. No. But the opponent was giving me such nice odds. Maybe once in a blue moon, he would just be bluffing small there to make other draws fold, but it wasn't the case. He got there. He had a nice wrap plus a flush draw, so yeah, he really had a bunch of outs. Quite nice in a way that he elected to make it so cheap for me on the river, because might have gotten curious against bigger bets as well, considering that pretty much all draws missed except of 9-7. You're just taking a random stab at it. Check back flop, bet turn. Works. And ISOing a limper. Stani G from, what is that, Estonia? Yeah, Estonia. Sunny G
Love
from
the pot.
Estonia is not afraid of this board. Oh, and definitely not afraid of my hand. So, ooh, what have we got on there? That's sad. Wish the queen came on the turn. That would have been fireworks. Just gonna play until the blinds and call it a day, actually, because I just feel myself getting quite tired. So gonna take a break from playing. Might actually fire up some tables later again, but that will be from home, so off stream.
Yeah, the fact that I stacked off with the tens there probably means that I should be calling it a night as well. Am I gonna be barreling this off? Think so. Oh, well, not anymore.
Turn a straight. Against the lower straight of my opponent. So looks like if it's the last hand, no, it's not the last hand. It's a nice feature now that GG allows you to sit out next blind. So before that, they didn't have that. Now you can click global sit out on next blind whenever playing Rush&Cash. So you definitely definitely get to play all the hands that you are entitled to. So that's a nice improvement. Okay, that's it for us for today. I think I made some profit.
I was making a little bit of profit, but then blew it all off in two hands. Yes, not very good.
I think I made some profit. Yeah, I think I was up like $600 or so today. 6 stacks. So that's not bad for a day's work. Definitely enjoy playing these Rush&Cash Friday sessions. There is always pretty good action. People are in a playful mood, want to play big pots. So whether it's Hold'em or PLO that you like to play, Fridays are always a good one. Definitely on the Rush&Cash tables. That will be it for now, for today. Next week we'll be back with another session. Don't know quite yet who's going to be playing, whether it will be me, whether it will be Chris, Glenn, which mix of it will be, but there definitely will be another Rush&Cash stream next Friday, so we'll see you then. Bye bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.